is that? There we go. Welcome everybody to another Odyssey 40k live stream. Today we're going to be looking over the Tactical Chilli GT, which is the first and I think inaugural going to be yearly event that Tactical Chilli run. And then after we've done that, look through some lists, look through how the weekend's going to operate. We will jump over to the MFM emergency points update and have a look through that as well. So that will be, yeah, should be good fun. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, just here for some chill. So if you're in the chat, if you've got some hobbying you're doing, getting stuff ready for this weekend or whatever you're doing, let us know in the chat what you're doing. It's going to be very chill, very casual live stream as usual. And yeah, we're just going to kind of go through a few different things. Obviously Tactical Chilli is like the people that run that. Pato and Charlie are my good friends, so definitely want to shout out to them that they're doing amazing stuff for the New Zealand scene with some amazing tournaments and great prize support and just the best like trophies you could ask for. Like they always just knock everything out of the park in every event that they do. They increase the quality every single time. It's actually astounding how well they do. But yeah, let's get straight into it, eh? Let's go into this. So we have Tactical Chilli GT. What's this? So first, nice John T, well done. And then hi, I'm assuming Ragnarok, that is Ash, I believe. So taking agents this weekend, I believe. So very, very fun. He definitely doesn't want to do well, so that's exciting. And then we have John T. Man, thanks, I play my own armies. What's it even mean? But yeah, anyway, guys, this is the Tactical Chilli GT that is going to be on this weekend. It is, yeah, tomorrow and Sunday, 5 rounds, I believe, and yeah, 2,000 points, normal WTC style missions, all that jazz. The one really cool thing that they've done this time around is you can get these like options with your ticket. Which is like jalapeno, ghost pepper, and California Reaper, and like you just get your ticket, so you get your lanyard and surprise gift. Option 2, you get the same, and then you get limited edition objective markers and a tactical tray. So for $20 more, you get quite a bit extra, which is pretty awesome. And then for $120, you got all the above plus both the objectives and the tactical tray. So it's really like really good quality of stuff that you can get there. Also, it's your choice of objective markers or tactical tray for the middle option, and then you get both for the top option. Really cool stuff. Like just great way of like adding some extra stuff. When they're like doing the, when they're buying your ticket, spend a little bit extra money, get some more stuff. Like going to events is one of these things that's like super exciting. So when you get to take home more stuff, especially like tactical tray, trays for your models or like an objective marker to remember the event. Like I have way too many objective markers because I collected a lot of them from like different events and like trading them and stuff. And now I have like 30 plus objective markers that I'll never need, but they're really cool because that you remember them from the different events that you go to, which is just really fun way to do it. But yeah, really cool. We might have a look at the players pack later. Oh, so what have we got here? Currently listening through HBL speaker on a packed train. Ooh, hot. As you're applying for places to live, Tate, I see. Quality. According to Jonty, you're not even taking an army. That's like, you are technically taking an army. Like he is wrong there. Like Jonty is right about a few things, but agents are an army. They're not a good army, but they are an army. And then, right. Right, yeah, you don't have to build anything yourself, Jonty, because you just poach it from other people. Very good, very good. They confiscated my speakers so they can't hear anything. Nice. Are we talking shit about Ash's list? Well, that's a great place to start, Tate. Let's have a look at this agents list. It's one of the most unique lists of the entire event, surely. I actually haven't looked through the list, so if anyone has any, if agents come up, yeah, look at that. Let's have a look at this list, shall we? Make myself look a little bigger. there. Oh, there we go. So what do we got here? Imperium, Agents of the Imperium, Imperialis fleet. So like the one detachment you realistically can take. That is the detachment where you get either extra OC on an objective you pick, like kind of like Oath, but you pick an objective, and you either get extra OC on it. What is the other thing you can get from that? It's like you either pick the OC or you pick like +1 to hit on something, I think. Ash, you'll be able to put that in the chat on exactly what the other option you have. It's something like along those lines. I'm sure it's some like damaging ability. But that's that. So Warlord is Draxus. They have clandestine operations enhancement on one of the Inquisitors, and then we have the list: Eversaw Assassin, Inquisitor Draxus, Inquisitor with clandestine operation, and 2 more Inquisitors, so 3 Inquisitors total. 2 Ministorum Priests, 1 Rogue Trader unit. Yeah, +1 to hit versus target. So I was right, I just couldn't remember it. Yep. Or +1 OC, leadership, and 5++. Yeah, the 5++ is a bizarre, like, I get that you need a bunch of buffs, but it's a crazy extra thing to add on. Lots of characters though, like you are just asking for Assassinate with 8 characters. Mamma mia. Only the 1 assassin as well. I guess that can be any assassin. The 110.1s can be swapped out for any assassin, I think. So Eversaw Assassin is nice, but it can also be whatever assassin you need it to be, which is quite good. Triple Inquisitor is kind of interesting. That Flamer, like the Psychic Gifts Flamer is pretty nice. So like, yeah, not too bad. But let's get on to the battle line. We have 1, 2, 3 units of breaches with, you know, a bunch of just random guns and a couple of good guns. The cutest thing that they do is the 18-inch grenade that just like no one expects coming. And there's the 18-inch mortals, which is pretty nice. Then we have 2 units of agents to go with 2 of the Inquisitors, I believe, I would assume. Inquisitorial agents, so these guys, yeah, so you got the 2 servitors with multi-melters, and then you get a couple of melee guys, a couple of other guns. You get like, these units do surprising amounts of damage and are surprisingly durable for the 100 points that they are, which is like pretty good. It's pretty interesting. And then we have unit of Sanctifiers, which is the new 2 units of Sanctifiers. And if I'm not wrong, that's the new unit that came out recently. Is it the one that came out like more like sooner rather than like too long ago? I think so. Sanctifier sounds correct there anyway. And then that just has a bunch of random guys in it as well. So 2 units of those. A unit of Battle Sisters, which is nice. 2 units of Subductors. Yeah, so that Sanctifiers are the new ones. Then you get 2 units of Subductors, a unit of Voidsmen, 2 Rhinos, 2 Chimeras, and 2 Immolators. Wow, okay, that's a lot of transport. So you can put both halves of the Sisters of Battle unit in Immolators, 2 Chimeras for the Inquisitorial agents to start in, so you got those multi-melters being able to shoot out the top, which is pretty cute, and then 2 Rhinos for whatever else he wants to put in it. Interestingly enough, there is no Death Watch in this, if I didn't mistake. Yeah, no Death Watch, so no Death Watch veterans, nothing like that. So he doesn't have the Marine kind of aspect. He's gone a bit more into the Horde and just multiple semi-efficient units, but so many efficient, like semi-efficient units that it becomes quite efficient. It's kind of the feel I get from this. But that is quite cool. It's quite cool. It's the coolest. Like it's a lot of junk. It's a lot of junk. But Ash knows how to play with a lot of junk pretty well, so yeah, he'll do well with this list. As much as I give him shit, like I think this list is actually quite strong, especially into the knights. A lot of knights can't deal with it very efficiently, so I think he can have a good matchup into those. And then if he can dodge a couple of the worst matchups, like the stuff that has a bit more anti-horde and a bit more chaff clearing, or like bigger activation, so you can't use a couple of the tricks that you have as well. You can do really, really well with these kind of lists. And even in those matchups, you can still play them. So all the best to Ash in that, and good luck, my friend. I think it'll be you're gonna have a good time, and like you love playing agents. You're in your zone when you're playing agents. what do we got next? Who shall we talk about the returning WTC player, Cam Wilkinson, and his Tau? I love talking about Tau, so I'll never say no to talking about Tau. Cam only would have gotten back a week or two ago from WTC, so great to see him that he's still so keen to play 40k that he's straight away coming to an event. But let's see what he's rocking. Oh, TO note. Post list sub list change due to model issues. 10-point penalty per game to be applied to game score at the end, so no challenger cards. Yeah, cool. Give me that penalty, big boy, is the list name. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It is a Tau Empire Red CAD list. Awesome. I love to see it. We got Farsight, Cold Star with prototype weapons, 2 burst cannons, cyclic and high output burst cannon, 2 more Cold Stars with 4 fusions, 2 enforcers, 1 with triple plasma and a shield, triple plasma and a cyclic, another with 4 missiles, and that one has Star Flare, which is the uppy downy. Very, very strong enhancement to have on an enforcer. Then we have 1 plasma fire knife, 1 missile fire knife, 2 flamer, no, one flamer, 1 burst cannon, Star Scythe units, and then 1, 2, 3 fusion suits. So this is obviously a bit more trying to make sure that you still have a game at least a little bit into the night matchups, because you really need to have a pretty decent matchup there. So yeah, pretty good so far. Then we have a Crit Carnivore unit, 2 units of Pathfinders. Pathfinders at the moment I think are just absolutely cash. They do everything that you want and more. The being able to mark what they shoot at is actually quite a good buff for them. Like the double mark before was the double guide before was quite strong, but now you don't need that as much. So actually getting them to guide for themselves is quite strong. I'll pick a podium. Yeah, that sounds fun. I'll pick whatever 3 lists I think will be quite powerful. And then 3 stealth teams, and that's the list. Yeah, pretty clean. Lots of stealth. Lots of battle suits, which Red CAD is what you want. And yeah, a bunch of guiding. Got 5 units that guide efficiently. Interestingly, no ethereal in the list, so no extra CP. One thing that I find that Red CAD can deal with sometimes is not having enough CP to do everything that it wants to do. Like if you're fire and fading every turn and then a couple of turns that you want to deep strike 6 inches, then like that's all your CP you're going to have. So like having that extra little bit of farm with a ethereal or something like that can actually really help in that regard. The GT's in Auckland, so it's a it's in Pakuranga Rugby Club. So this is the Tactical Chilli GT. That is on this weekend. So I'm not actually going to be there myself, but I wanted to cover it. My friends Tactical Chilli are running it, so I wanted to give them a shout out and kind of go through a bunch of the stuff. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting. And this is going to be the inaugural GT. They've actually made a trophy for it, and every year they're going to be putting the name of the winner of the event on the trophy, and then every year, so like it's going to grow over time. So it's going to be quite a cool one to actually be a part of, and like when you win it you get your name on a trophy that's going to be around for a long time, which is pretty awesome, to be fair. Yeah, the coolest by Cam. Well, let's have a look. What are we going to look at next? Let's have a look at Dylan. Dylan's always a good shout. Let's have a look at Dylan Smith from Chilli Cartel, part of my team. Playing Adeptus Sororitas, so another kind of on the jankier side of faction. Not really janky, but just a bit less common, I guess, than you see than other factions. Oh. So what do we got here? So we've got a Champions of Faith, which is the Grotmist attachment. And they have some Agents of the Imperium. Warlord is Morven Val. And so what do we got here? We've got Junith, we've got Morven Val, Saint Celestine, Jump Canoness, and then 2 Hospitallers. So they just regen models. Unit of 10 Battle Sisters. 2 units of Sacrosants. Unit of 10 Novitiates. 2 units of 5 Zephyrim. 2 units of Paragon Warswords. Ooh, I like the second Paragons, especially with the Knights at the moment. 2 Immolators, and then a Calidus Assassin. Pretty clean list. Pretty chunky. The Sacrosants are actually really difficult for a lot of things to deal with, being -1 to hit, -1 to wound, and then regrowing models is a pain to deal with. So it's just they kind of like can score your primary for you, while a lot of the other stuff does actually do more damage than you expect. Like Morven Vale's unit can kill pretty much anything in the game. Paragons on their own also do quite a bit of damage. Celestine, either on her own or with Zephyrim, both hit pretty hard. With Zephyrim, she hits incredibly hard. So like you have these like kind of like big hitting pieces. Yeah. Yeah. This is the most powerful thing you can do from the Imperial Agents book is ally them in. They're actually not as good as their in their own book. Then this is more powerful. Just adding Calidus. I'm sorry, Ash. But yeah, cool list by Dylan. Great to see. I'm really excited to see how he does with the Grotmist attachment. It's just, yeah, it's nice seeing something different. It's not just Hallowed Martyrs with the resurrecting characters. It's something a bit different. It's nice to see. Let's keep going down. Let's have a look at Fishy's list. Why not? The man, the myth, the legend, the hero that we need. Fury of the Xersai is the army list name. I don't know what that means, but if someone can enlighten me on that, I would love to know what that means. So this is a Tyrannid Subterranean Assault. Cool. The new detachment. We've got a Neuro Tyrant, Swarm Lord, and a Trigon with Trigon Prime. That Trigon hits incredibly hard. Like it actually slaps so hard. It's really, really good. Then we have 2 units of Gargoyles and a unit of Hormagaunts. Pretty standard kind of battle line for any Tyrannid army, to be fair. 5 order hits, hold your home field and screen, and then send spores out. 2 Lictors, 1 Maliceptor, 1 Neurolictor, 2 units of Raveners to create a bunch of holes. 3 Screamer Killer Carnifexes to come out of the holes, and then a unit of Zone Troops to do some shooting. Pretty clean list. Screamer Killers are pretty interesting. Like they're cheap. Like they're fairly cheap for the durability that they have, and they can like kill Marines pretty well. So I wonder if they're like, probably just because Fishy has the models. Let's be real. This is Fishy's list. Yeah, hell yeah, Tate. I'm definitely looking at Fishy's list. Do you know what his name mean? His list name, Fury of the Xersai. Is that some lore thing that I don't know about? Yeah, definitely let me know, because I'm not sure. I am not sure. But yeah, pretty typical for a Subterranean Assault list, but apart from the Screamer Killers, which are a bit different. Usually you'll see like Horror Spectres and stuff there, but like, you know, obviously model availability and stuff like that really does play a part. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he goes. You know, Fishy is, you know, always in our hearts. Then we have, who do we go for next? Let's do another faction that we haven't seen yet. Let's do Wardle's list. James Wardle on Eldari. Oh, let's see what this is. Ghost of the Webway. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm bringing sexy back. Hell yeah, you are. This is exciting. Okay, so we've got a Death Jester with Murder's Jest, Troop Master with Cigaratch's Coil, and then just another Troop Master. 1 big unit of troop, 4 small units of troops, so quite heavy on the troop. 1 big unit that can really just windmill slam and kill things pretty quickly, and then lots of just little trading pieces. Then we have 3 Star Weavers to transport some of those 5s to give yourself a bit more play. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, Star Weavers, and then 3 units of Sky Weavers, max 4-mans, all with Hail Wires. So really trying to hedge in those night matchups, or even just like Hammer Death Guard, stuff like that. Really, really potent there. And then triple Prismatic Canyon. So he's going full Harlequins. I fucking love this list. This is so dope. This is the kind of shit that you play 40k for, man. Like, Like straight up, this is such a sick list. Like it's just cool. I'm taking what I want. He's hedging it for the matchups that he could be getting into and the stuff that's like really prevalent in the meta right now. And he's just gonna have a good time. And like he's a good enough player that he can like hold his own. He has good enough positional awareness and stuff like that he can play into anything. Like he's a good player. It's a sick list. I rate this pretty heavily. Best of luck to you, James. Weird calling him James. What do we get? Who do we think we go on to next? Justin ready. Oh, Justin's coming. Let's have a look at his admech list. See what he's taken. Seeing what he's cooking up. Halo Screed, okay. With Bionics wide open. I like it. So like New Zealanders do come up with like ace names. Like I do rate it. Like we name good. So we've got a admech Halo Screed, which was it the Grotmus detachment? I'm not sure about that, but it is what he is running. He's got a Tech Priest Manipulus with cognitive reinforcement, 1-2 units of Rangers, 1 unit of Vanguard, unit of 3 Ballistari with laser cannons, unit of 6 Breaches with arc rifles and hydraulic claws, 1-2 Dune Crawlers, unit of Sky Stalkers, unit of Infiltrators, 2 units of Rust Stalkers, 2 Dragoons with Taser Lancers. So he's got 5 of the little chicken walkers, and then Canis Rex. You dirty man. I love it. This is actually pretty cool list. It's got like a bunch of like hard hitting units, couple of mission play pieces, and then it's just trying to win will slam you. Like it's got a couple of big bricks. He can make things go really fast. Halo Screed, you can get like pluses to move. You can advance and charge. You get access to a bunch of really good stuff that you can do. So he's got like a huge toolkit, and then he's got these big hammer units to really push through the damage where need be. Yeah, I like it. It's a cool list. And yeah, I haven't seen Justin in ages. I hope he's doing all right. I hope he's doing well. Check your T-Suns list with the spoiler. I was so upset, David, that you are on Custodes. It broke my heart. But let's have a look at your list. A muggle that can't play T-Suns. Still a good name because, you've been practicing T-Suns. You're on what, like a 25-0, or 0-25 streak at the moment. So, like I guess at some point you gotta just play what you know, which is Talons of the Emperor Custodes. But let's have a look at this. So yeah, Talons Custodes, Double Blade Champ and Trajan, 2 Grav Tanks, 3 units of Wardens, unit of Prosecutors, unit of Venatari, 2 Witch Seekers, and a Calidus. Yeah, you'll finish 5-0. Yeah, that's very fair. Very, very fair. Like, oh nah, like Custodes are one of those armies that it's less punishing than something like T-Suns, but the ceiling on them is often also a little bit lower, right? Like, there's easier ways to play around a Custodes army than there are to play around a T-Suns army, but also like the cap of playing T-Suns well is much harder, whereas playing Custodes well is a little bit easier because you have less units, and like your board presence is quite different. I finished 5-0 anyway, and hashtag innovation. Nice. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's a good list. Like, it's a tried and true list, right? Like, the reactive move is absolutely annoying to deal with. And besides that, you just control the board. You have firing angles with the grav tanks. It's just a good list. Like, it's a solid list. It's never going to do poorly. It's never going to do super amazingly. If it gets into the right matchups, it can actually do quite well. I'm hesitant on how well does into the IKCK matchups. I don't know if you have any insight on that, David. If there is anything, if you think it's a good matchup, if you think it's a bad matchup, I think it'll be okay, but I'm not sure exactly how that goes. So yeah, let me know in the chat. We've got Jonty. We could have a look at Jonty's stuff, but like it'll just be the same list that Cam took to WTC, because that's what Jonty's been running. Oh, 15-5. Oh, 15-5 for you or for them? Or is it one way or the other? It's a 15-5. Let's have a look at Kia's list. I know Kia's been grafting, and I know his list name is absolutely phenomenal. So let's have a look. So, F my incel life. Beautiful. At least like he knows to self-identify, right? Like that's one of the main things. So we've got Space Marines, Blood Angels, Liberator Assault Group. Here is running. Yeah, I literally just said it. That was fucking perfect timing. Jeez. So he's got here Liberator Assault Force. He's got a Blood Angels captain with Rage Fueled Warrior to be just absolutely kill anything in the world. Chief Librarian Mephiston. He's got Dante. He's got a Death Company captain with Jump Pack. He's got Lamades. The Death Company captain with Jump Pack has the once per game fights first. Then we have Assault Intercessors to go with the Rage Fueled Warrior captain. Intercessors to stick your home and then go on to an expansion. 2 units of JPI. 2 Balpreds. Then we have a big unit of Death Company. I'm assuming that goes with Lamades. And then a small unit of Death Company that goes with the Fights First guy, probably. Then we have an Infiltrator unit just to make your life easy. 6 Sanguinary Guard to go with Dante. Scout Squad and a Calidus. So pretty heavy on the bricks in this one. Like it's pretty like up there with the like big units. So you kind of go like 2 ways with Blood Angels, right? Yeah, that was David G. That was David G. But this is now we're now talking about Kia now. And yeah, and his incel life. But yeah, interesting list. I think it's pretty interesting. Like Mephiston's good on his own. Dante's unit will kill most things in the game. I think I'm a little worried that he might run out of stuff depending on how the game goes. Like I don't think his game into T-Suns is usually a good matchup, but since he has much less units, it might be a bit more fair of a match because he can't kill the Vortex Beasts very easily without sending a huge unit. And if he sends a huge unit, whatever he sends out can just die pretty easily. So it's going to be a tricky one. Going to be a pretty tricky one. But best of luck to Kia. I know he's been absolutely grafting on games recently. So yeah, best of luck to him. He can do very, very well. I guess we got to have a look at a Imperial Knights playwright, and it's like Logan is like the best person to choose in that regard. So let's have a look at Logan's list. So he's playing Imperial Knights. Obviously, this is pre-points nerf, so it's the points still on the cheaper side. But let's have a look at what he's running, and then we can kind of talk about like what how much points he would have to cut. So he's got a Noble Lance, Canis Rex, got a Knight Lancer, Castellan, and a Crusader. Hell yeah, my man. Hell yeah. Got Mysterious Guardian on the Castellan, and then Unyielding Paragon, which is the top save on the Crusader. That's just brutal. That's so many big knights. 2 Helverins, and then a Calidus and Voidsman. So I think this list just drops a Helverin, and it could be the exact same. Pretty good. Like, it's pretty sweet. These lists are very easy to talk about, right? Like, it's just, can you deal with Canis, like these 4 knights? If you can't, you're probably going to lose. If you can, it's going to be a game. It's, knights at the moment are a bit stat checky with the new points, like losing that one asset, losing the 150 odd points from all your bigs definitely does help you. It might be a Helverin and even the Voidsman, so you might be losing 2 units here, which does definitely hurt your action economy a little bit. But at the same time, like, you can still action and shoot with your big knights. You just got to be very careful with your positioning. But yeah, Logan knows what he's doing. He is the list name, which is one of the weaker ones so far. We've definitely had stronger. But yeah, best of luck to Logan. Let's do like a couple more lists here. Oh, the tournament organizer himself, well, not Tio, but one of the 2 of Charlie and Pato. This is Patricio. Let's have a look at this. Now this is the most bitch ass name you possibly could ask for. This is the worst. I want everyone to insult him when you see him tomorrow and say that he needs to come up with more inventive list names, because that is absolutely pathetic. I'm sorry, Pato, but that is bad. But he's playing Space Wolves Saga of the Beast Slayer. got an Iron Priest, got a Lieutenant with Combi Weapon, got Ragnar, and got a Wolfguard Battle Leader with Wolf Touch. You got a unit of 20 Blood Claws to go with Ragnar, got a unit of Intercessors to stick us home and then go on to an expansion. Got some Fenrisian Wolves, 2 Lancers. The Lancers with the change to how Iron Priests work, much better than the Predators. You get that extra 50% shots on a really, really good gun. Unit of Incursors, Scouts, 2 units of 3 Thunderwolf, unit of 6 Thunderwolf, unit of Head Takers, 20 Wolfen with Hammers, 5 Wolfen with Hammers. It's a good list. Good list. It's got a bunch of tools, got a couple of big units. The 20 Blood Claws are such a crazy hard unit for a lot of people to deal with. People aren't used to it. It's pretty fast. It hits like a truck. It's so many dice to roll, and it just chips away at literally everything in the game. Getting the lethals as well really helps pour on the wounds from that unit, so be very careful with that Blood Claws unit. There's going to be an absolutely gnarly thing to deal with. Besides that, it's kind of just plays, oh, pardon me, it kind of just plays like a very casual Space Marines list, you know, not casuals and like not competitive. It's a very competitive list, but like you have some very efficient trading pieces like most Marine lists do. You have a couple of hard hitting units like with the big Thunderwolf unit, the Head Takers, the big unit of Blood Claws and Wolfen, and you just efficiently trade with the rest of it. Like it's pretty straightforward, but a cool list. But get better names, Pato. It's disappointing. Oh, where do we finish off with? Let's check out Luke Peruman, eh? Luke, what are you cooking up with your Astra Militarum? You're in the guard, son. It's a decent name. Could be stronger, could be worse, but it's a good name. It's good enough. So we've got a Combined Arms Astra Militarum, Cadian Command Squad with Death Mask of Olanius. We got Rogal Dawn Commander with Grand Strategist and another Rogal Dawn Commander and Ursula Creed. No Gaunt's Ghosts here, which is kind of interesting. They're pretty good unit, so interesting to not see the crazy uppy downy sniper unit that has fights first. 2 units Acadian, 3 units Acadians. Very heavy on the infantry. Okay, interested to see how this is going. 2 units of 6 Bullgrin. I actually really rate Bullgrin again. Bullgrin and Ogrin, both like they just do such a good thing. There's so much damage too in the meta at the moment. So just having these units that just kind of bog down the game can be really powerful. Just like you can control how they're dealing with this side of the board. One thing I'll say is the Ragnar led unit of is it Wolf Floors? Just absolutely chews through this unit. Like, because they're already damage 1, so they just mince through the whole unit. So not good there, but good in other aspects. Then we got Lemurus Battle Tank, an Exterminator, a Vanquisher, and Rattlings. So you got your infiltrating unit, which is nice. You got the Exterminator to pump up your AP when you need it. You got a Vanquisher to help with the anti-knight meta. And you got just the Battle Tank to be the good all around it. And you do have 2 Dawns as well to give out those orders and just to be awesome G's. Really cool. I dig it. It's a cool list. Yeah. Is there any other lists that you guys want me to go over before I jump over to the next bit of the event? Let me know. I don't think pairings are up yet. No, it's no pairings yet, so I don't have that. I guess the other thing that's happening is they're doing Renaissance prize for this event, which is accumulated your paint score, your position, and your sportsman. I think it's all of those combined, which is a really awesome award because it promotes being like a good sport, a good painter, and a good player. So you have to be like good at all avenues of like Warhammer 40k, not just competitive 40k. So it's all parts of Warhammer 40k, which is a really cool prize and a really great honor when you get that prize. It's a very important thing to like bring back because it means more people at the event have something to strive for. You might lose a game, but like, hey, I've painted my army really well. I'm a really great dude. Let's just play my games, try and get as high a position as I can, and see where I can end up, and I might have enough points to get Renaissance. Freaking awesome. Really cool stuff to do. I'll check the chat with Charlie in case there's anything else he wants me to bring up. He said if the event's really popular this time and the event's larger next year, they might bring back Best in Faction, which is a really, really cool thing. So like, again, if you've lost a game, you can still get like Best in Faction, right? So like you might get Best Xenos, or you might get Best or Orcs, or whatever, however they want to do it. But it gives you like something to strive for. Like you might have like Ash could get Best Agents, you know, like he could actually win a prize for once, which would be really, really cool. It would be a really nice thing to see. And I think that's everything that he's talked about. And otherwise I've said everything that he's mentioned. But yeah, it's the inaugural event. They're going to be doing this every year, and there's going to be that trophy, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. If you're not going to be there this year, yeah, sorry, Ash. I'm trying, you know, yeah, keep it booked in for next year. Keep those times for next year, and then we will get it sorted. Hey, Fishy, how's it going? I reviewed your list earlier, so what's your list name mean? I'm very curious. That's a random name. Classic. Cool. So there's absolutely nothing to nothing. It's from League of Legends. Man, you could not sound any nerdier if you tried, man. Jeez, like I was trying to give you like a time to like a cool thing into it, and then Rek'Sai is similar to Tyranids, where she make holes and pop out of them. Ah, okay, right, sure, cool, nice. Oh Lord, okay, I'm not even going to go into that. If that's all with the Tactical Chili GT, we will cut that off there. But yeah, if you want to go to a great GT, the guys at Tactical Chili do the best events in New Zealand. Like hands down, they are the best. They're trying the hardest. They're innovating constantly, and they're doing everything that you can. So definitely go and go to their events if you're in the Auckland area, or if you can get to Auckland, or you can pencil in if you want to go up to Auckland for a yearly event that's not a teams event. Go to the Tactical Chili GT. It'll be a great time. Cool. So we have the Warhammer community and the new stuff that they have released recently. So let's get on to the first thing, and we'll go into the MFM. And let's have a look, see what we got here. I'm gonna move this a little bit to the side so it's a bit easier for looking at. Obviously there isn't much that's the only factions that have changed, because this was an emergency field manual, MFM. So only Imperial Knights, Chaos Knights, and Death Guard were touched, as well as they put the new points for Votan in there, because that was it was the update for the Votan, and they thought, hey, at the same time, let's just touch these things that are going to be touched in a few weeks, and when the rest of the MFM is going to come out. So I don't know why they didn't just do it all at once. Like, what's it coming forward 2 weeks? I don't really understand, but hey, it is what it is. But what you can see here is the kind of points changes, and it's plus 30 to 40 points for all the bigs. The Tyrant is only up 15, but the Tyrant wasn't really taken anyway. And then and the other really big ones that weren't taken didn't get touched, but pretty much all the littles apart from the more only the Carnivore was touched. All the others stayed the same for the littles, but then all the bigs effectively just got up 30 to 40 points, which totally makes sense. Like, it means you take one less small knight, or you take, one less big knight and some extra like demons or something like that, right? Like, it helps a little bit with just the massive wounds that they'll be able to throw at you. Doesn't help too much because, like, if you're taking 5 bigs, yes, you're up 150 points, but as you can see, one of these guys is 150 points. So one of the small guys. So you literally just drop a small knight if you're taking one, and you have the exact same list. Yes, you are down a piece, which is definitely something, but I'm not sure how much this moves the needle. And then we'll have IK, which will be, we've got Death Guard next. So the Putrefier is up 15, which is a pretty big hit. Blight Haulers are up 10 points per. Plague Burst Crawlers are up 15. Poxwalkers are up 5. Teleman and Typhus both up 10. Death Shroud up 20 per 3. 20 per 3 and just 20 per 6. Okay, yep, that makes sense. So, yeah. So they're much more expensive in 3s. Oh no, they're just double now. Yep. So they're even now. So a 3 and a 6 is just double the points of 3. Then we've got bloat drones, which are up to 100 points, which is a bit more fair for the normal bloat drones. Now 120, up 20 points for the heavy blight launcher drones. I don't think this was enough. I generally think it could have gone up more. Like, I really, really do. Like, those things are so just crazy efficient for that points. Even at 120, they're still, like, you still take 3. Yes, it's 60 points less. It hurts, but, like, you just do it. Lord of Contagions up 10, makes sense. Lord of Contagions were an absolute problem with Death Shroud also going up, so it's 30 points for the package more. It makes them a bit more, like, it's a 280 point package now. It's definitely expensive. They still hit like an absolute truck in most attachments, which is an issue, but up 30 points does, 250 is like, oh yeah, it's quite an efficient package. 280 is like, okay, it's a bit more fair. Then Lord of Virulence up 10 as well. And then Mortarian's Hammer with the Tendrilus emissions up 10 points as well, which I believe was the low knock for the Lov. But yeah, definitely going to hurt. You're losing 200 odd points, 150 to 200 points. You're losing a couple of things for the most part, like, which is good. I think that's what they needed. They needed to lose a couple of extra resources, and now they're a bit more online. I definitely think they're much more beatable now. Is it enough? I don't know. But it definitely hurts. It's definitely, you definitely get a lot less. Let's see how much Jonty's list goes up, eh? So we'll go back over to here. Go and put in Death Guard. Let's see what we got here. Let's move you. Oh. Back on. So we got no name on this one, which is really disappointing. So Jonty, you're pathetic. So we got Champions of Contagion, so we got a bio, so that's plus 10 points. Let me just pull this over to here so I can check. Ooh, this one here. So bio up 10. Demon Prince didn't go up, I don't believe. No, Demon Prince didn't go up. Lord of Contagion, so that's 20 points, 30 points, 40 points. Plague Marines didn't go up, so we're at 40 points. And then, so 60 points, 80 points, 100 points, 105, 110. Spawn didn't get touched, I don't believe. Look, see here. Yeah, Spawn didn't get touched. And then 60 points there, so like 180. And then I'm fit up also 190. So 190, yeah, roughly 200 points. So 200 points less is a significant hit to a list. Like, we can't just say that isn't just an absolutely significant hit. And you do lose quite a bit of steam with that. So definitely get something out of that. And then we've got the IK points as well. So let's have a quick look and see at those. And yeah, we have Imperial Knights. So very similar to CK. Everything went up 30 to 40 points. Canis Rex up 35 to be special. Definitely just a lot more palatable. Canis Rex is still a very good ally for a lot of armies, but he's a lot less of a good ally now. So it's just kind of a nice balance there, where he's now 35 points more, which is a significant amount for allying. It's not the hugest issue, but like it is significant. And it's the exact same as the CK. You're down one small or some allies, or you have to take a different arrangement of the bigs. But yeah, I don't think it changes the list a huge amount. I think you're still taking you're still taking Canis, you're potentially still taking a Castellan. They're still quite good gun platforms. At 410, they are pretty pricey, but they are still quite good. The Atropos are still quite powerful, and they just do very well for their points, even at plus 40 points. Definitely on the pricier side, but you still take them and still do well. Lance has been, up 30 points, but a bit cheaper, might also be quite a good option. She has some nice things here. Interesting to see where they go with the list builds. Just having that one less thing definitely takes a little bit of the strain off having to deal with the stat check, but I think Knight's just going to be here to stay in the meta for a very long time, especially with these new points. They're a little less tough, but they just have so many more wounds that it just drowns you, which just makes them quite difficult to deal with. So definitely still need to be packing a bunch of anti-tank in your lists, but yeah, it's an interesting one. It's pretty interesting. That wasn't actually all that was in the MFM though. We also have the Forge Fathers Seekers. This was spoiled a couple of weeks ago on Out of World. They did a detachment review and it just came out like 2 weeks early. But basically it is the upgraded Firestorm for Vulcan, for Salamanders. Firestorm detachment for Space Marines. So we got all ranged weapons equipped by Adeptus Astartes models from your army have their assault ability, and each time an attack is made with such a weapon that targets a unit within 12 inches, add 1 to the strength characteristic of that attack. And you get this nice little addendum that Inferno squads, you can either advance in action or shoot in action, which is actually pretty strong. Inferno Marines aren't the strongest thing in the world, but this actually does make them pretty decent. Like, it makes them a very efficient action monkey, because you can advance in action is quite strong. But also, the thing that's really strong is being able to move, disembark from a transport, action and shoot. That's quite a powerful thing to be able to do. And then we have, for enhancements, Immolator, add 1 to the attack's characteristic torrent members equipped by models in the bearer's unit. Pretty nice. Attach something, attach him to a unit of the aforementioned Infernus Marines, and now they're all D6 plus 1 shots. That's a lot of flamer shots. Like, that's like plus 10, which is pretty decent. Then we've got War Tempered Artifice, Adeptus Astartes infantry model, add 3 to the strength characteristic of the bearer's melee attacks. That's quite nice on a Gravis Marine, because you are Gravis Captain, because you get both the extra weapons attack and the normal, both get plus strength. Forged in battle, while the bearer is leading a unit, once per turn after making a hit roll or saving throw for the model in that unit, you can change the result to an unmodified 6. So really nice on a Gravis Captain again, and a unit of Eradicators or something like that. Eradicators with assault and then plus 1 strength when they get within 12 is quite nice. And then being able to turn one of the hit rolls to a 6 is really nice to get that extra little bit of efficiency out of the unit. It can be quite nice, or using it for a saving throw can also be quite good. And then lastly, we have, let's move it across. You can hear again, yay! Oh, who was I didn't do podium. Let's do podium. Sorry, I totally forgot to do the podium. Just completely go back to podium. Let's do it. Podium prediction, I think, what do I think? I would say Cam, but he's minus 10 points per game, which is brutal, so I just don't think it's going to be him. I think David's going to come third. I think James is going to come second with Ghost of the Webway. And I think Kia can do it. I reckon Kia is going to just ruffle stomp his way through all 5 games and come out on top. So Kia in first, James Wardle in second with Ghost of the Webway, and then what did I say? Did I say David? Did I say David in third? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, David in third. I reckon he's got it in him. He's got a podium. I think Jonty's going to shit the bed. I think he's going to get into a matchup where he maybe overextends a little bit and then just gets punished a little too hard. And he's going to get a draw, and then it's going to potentially drop him down and then get a loss into something. Or he could just get into a bad matchup, It just really can happen. If I was there, I'd smoke here, though, because he'd fail his Patriarch Battle Shocks. Yeah. That's cute. Yeah, I generally think Kia's a good player. Kia is getting up there. Is one of the a very strong player in New Zealand. I think he definitely does it. He's got his time for a big GT win now. I think it'd be great to see one of the young and upcoming players get a name on a trophy like that early on. Oh god, this has moved again. Ooh, there we go. But yeah, I think Kia for first, Wardle for second, and David for third. And that is going to be my prediction. So none of you, I believe, can fail me now. So if any of you fail me, I will disown you forever, and I'll be very upset. But I have faith in all of you. I think all of you have what it takes. All of you can do it. You all have unique lists and all very cool lists that can all do unique things. So just get onto it. Tate, what's your top 3? And David, who do you think is your top 3? Since you're both in chat, who do you think's winning it? While they're messaging, have a look at these dope dice. So John McLaughlin from Team NZ bought me some of the cool dice from WTC. So these are the beer dice, which are supposed to look like foamy beer. Kind of hard to see, but they're two-toned. It's got the WTC logo on one side. So they're dope. They're really cool beer. If you see me in person, you can I have a few of them. So if you have a cool dice to trade with me, I'm going to take these with me. I also got a couple of the other ones. This is this cool orange one. Got this neat blue one. It's kind of like my channel colors. It's close, but that's why I took it. Oh, you can't really, it's not really focusing very well, but it's quite a cool one. And then there's this other one that's just a cool half-tone green and blue. Also very cool. Oh, Ash is winning. Oh, after I've talked a lot of shit about Ash, you think he's going to win it? I think that's awesome. Ash definitely could. Ash can pull it. Ash has pulled a lot of worse things out of his ass. I think he could definitely do it. Fishy 1, Pato 2, and Frankie 3. Oh god. No, Frankie's not there, right? Frankie's still in Italy. I was tempted to choose Fishy since we looked over his list, but at the same time, Fishy's track record isn't the greatest, so I'm not going to trust that. If that makes any sense. Sorry, Fishy, but you know. Oh, but yeah. It's going to be a cool event. Definitely going to be looking through the BCP rankings for all the different rounds and see how all my teammates are doing and see how all my friends are doing. It'll be very, very fun to see how everyone goes. 55% win rate. Let's go. Yeah, I believe. I bet you can have a 10% win rate this event. Just win one game. I believe in you. I believe in you, Fishy. Thoughts on Charlie getting exposed as a cheater this tournament? Charlie's not even playing. This is probably the easiest way for him to cheat is because he can just get rules wrong and then enforce the law of it. Here he used weighted dice. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. That man is I'm not even going to go there. Anyway, back to this detachment. Let's move this back across. Realistically, it's just the Firestorm. For the most part, there's nothing else that's really that super exciting. And you're shooting, there's a couple of good stratagems. You got Armor of Contempt, Immolation Protocols. Torrent weapons get devastating wounds. So if you compile this with the plus shots from that enhancement, so you get 10d6 plus 10 flamer shots, you can actually do quite a few dev wounds with that. It is 2 CP, so it's pretty expensive, but it is a pretty strong stratagem. It actually can do some decent stuff. Crucible of Battle, Adeptus Astartes Infantry. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets the closest eligible target within 6 inches, +1 to wound. So it's +1 to wound in melee always, and then shooting within 6 inches. So that's quite nice. Burning Vengeance. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit is shot. One Adeptus Astartes transport unit from your army that was selected as one of the targets of one or more of those attacks. One unit embarked within them can disembark as if it were your movement phase and can then shoot as if it were your shooting phase, but must only target that enemy unit when doing so. Pretty nice. The reactive shoot can be pretty powerful. Also, just getting them out so you can get like different angles can be quite strong. Flipping primary, all sorts of cheeky stuff you can do with it. Wrathful Inferno. Your movement phase just after an Adeptus unit from your army falls back. That unit, until the end of your turn, your unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which you fall back. So fall back and shoot when you fall back. Very nicely timed. Then we've got Blazing Earth. Start of your opponent's charge phase. One Adeptus Astartes unit from your army equipped with one or more torrent weapons. Select one enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, and units with the fly keyword within 12 inches invisible of your unit. Till the end of the phase, each time that enemy unit declares a charge, subtract 2 from the charge roll. This is not cumulative with any other negative modifiers to that charge roll. So 1 CP, -1, -2 to charge for your units with flamers, but excludes monsters, vehicles, and units with fly. So it's a bit situational. Like, it's not the greatest strat that I've ever seen, but it's kind of interesting. But the also really spicy thing that you get along with this is we got a new data sheet for Vulcan Heston, which is pretty dope. So he's move 6, toughness 4, 2 up, 4 up, 5 wounds, leadership 6, OC 1. But notice this OC 1 will change. So he's got bolt pistol, just a standard bolt pistol, and he's got the Gauntlet of the Forge, which is D6 + 3, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1, pistol flamer. Very decent. He's got Spear of Vulcan, which is dev wounds with 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, 6/2/2. Good spear. Like, just a decent captain spear. Field of Pain 6+, and he can lead a bunch of different things. In your shooting phase, select one enemy unit within 24 inches invisible to this model until the end of the phase. Each time a friendly Adeptus Astartes model makes a ranged attack with a torrent or melter weapon that targets that enemy unit, you can re-roll the wound roll. Pretty good. With all the torrent weapons you want to be taking in this, that just really can amplify your damage. And then Seeker of the Unfound. The first time this model is set up on the battlefield, select one objective marker on the battlefield. While this model is within range of that objective marker, this model has objective control characteristic of 10, a leadership characteristic of 5, and the Feel No Pain 4+ ability. So this guy's like, you just start him in a transport, and then when he pops out of his transport, you're like, that objective that you're controlling with like 15 OC? Nope. And you can take it. It's crazy. Like, going to 10 OC is pretty hilarious. And he's a 4-up Feel No Pain on that objective as well. So he becomes super tanky. It becomes harder to break, and he just flips primary like no tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. I really like that it's when gets deployed for the first time, because it means that you can just start him in a transport and you can see how the game's progressing. Then you get him out. Then you name the objective that you want him to control. Really, really cool. So we can attach to Assault Intercessors, Company Heroes, Inferno Squad, and Tactical Squad. He's actually probably quite good with a Company Heroes, because then he has the Feel No Pain. They up his OC as well. So it would actually be OC 11, which is pretty funny. And then the rest of the guys in that unit will be OC 2 each. So it actually becomes like an insane OC brick that's quite hard to deal with. He'll have a 4-up Feel No Pain with -1 to wound. Like, he becomes incredibly tanky. And he still hits pretty hard. Like, the rest of the unit hits fairly hard as well. He can still do his buff. Doesn't matter if it's attached to his unit. He just picks a unit that he can see. So you get some like pretty good like mileage out of having him with Company Heroes. Obviously with like Inferno Squads, it gives you like a melee threat in your Inferno Squads, which can also be quite nice. And Assault Intercessors just kind of makes sense. Giving him rerolls to wound with Dev Wounds is quite a nice combo. So everything that he can attach to apart from Tactical Marines are actually pretty good. So like, you have some really good options there. I think the Company Heroes is where I would probably lean to. If the Company Heroes can go inside an Impulsor, start him attached to the Company Heroes inside an Impulsor, and then you can move them forward. Then you have an Impulsor to kind of bully. You can put some other units inside it that can swap in and out of it, or even a Repulsor. A Repulsor at the moment is quite nice. So all those kind of things can be quite an interesting way to go with this kind of style list. I think the biggest issue with this new, what's it called, Forge Father's Seekers detachment is it doesn't have advance in charge anywhere baked into it, so it's actually quite slow at flipping primary. So Vulcan having that kind of extra ability to help flip primary can be quite nice, but I think its reach is actually surprisingly low for the most part. Like, it can advance and shoot, yes, but advance and shooting only gets you so far. And so it's kind of like it's a bit of a tricky one. And Flamers are only so good. Yes, rerolling wounds with Flamers is much better, especially when you can reroll wounds and then get Dev Wounds for 2 CP. So that unit that can have, like 45 hits with Flamers, with 4 wound rerolls, you're doing what, like 7, it'd be what, like 13 Dev Wounds. You're actually chipping away pretty heavily at stuff at that point. You can do a lot of damage with Dev Wounds and that kind of combo. So there's some really cool stuff you can do with it. Like, it'll be fun to play around with. The new Vulcan is definitely strong. There's a couple of different ways you can kind of build this thing. You can go very heavy on the vehicles, which I don't think is a great idea with the Knight meta, because people are teching for Knights, so all your vehicles are just weaker versions of Knights, so they kind of can die. They are faster, yes, but they also have different drawbacks as well. But yeah, no, really, really cool stuff. Exciting to see how this goes. I might actually try and brew a list with this, and maybe we do I'm away all next week, so maybe in a week or two I try and kind of come up with a list idea, and then we can maybe do a live stream where I play a game on TTS with someone, just have like a fun game. It'd be really cool. Otherwise, guys, I think that is me for tonight. Thank you very much for being with me once again. I'm enjoying doing this. Shout out to Tactical Chilli for running amazing events, and definitely go, and if you're in Auckland this weekend, go and have a look at it. I think it's the Pakuranga. Let's have a look. See Pakuranga Rugby Club. So go have a look there tomorrow and Sunday. It'll be a very fun time. Obviously you're allowed to go in and just have a look around. Obviously don't bother the players while they're playing, but you can definitely go around and have a look, chat with some of the people that might be just standing around, and it should be a really good time. Otherwise, I will catch you all next time. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight, and we'll see you all hopefully next week with a breakdown of WTC. It was supposed to be tonight, but guests fell sick, so I definitely wanted to interview someone when I'm doing that. So I want to have a chat with people. Oh, when did we do podium? I left you in the middle. You weren't on the podium. For podium I did Kieran first, James Wardle in second, and David in third. Put the pressure on the boys. And I think you're going to come fourth. You're going to shit the bed somewhere and then do really well. So John T, I think you're a shoo-in for fourth. Yeah, But yeah, otherwise we'll hopefully do a live stream with one of the WTC guys next week, and we will figure that out. Otherwise, I'll catch you all next time. Thanks again for coming, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.